Welcome to the webinar series organized in National Nutrition Month 2023. Good evening, all of you. And we are in front of you all with our fourth webinar in our series on the pros and cons of the cooking. Right. And we all know about the importance of nutrition and its benefits in our health and different diseases management and different conditions also. But in general idea is that cooking is very time taking or very exhausted. We want to prepare healthy meal also, and some people think like that it's a boring process, right? So today we are breaking about this myth and fact about the pros and cons of the cooking. Welcome to our guest speaker Mahalakshmi Garu. She is based from Hyderabad and she has 11 years of experience in this field, and also she is conducting health talks in Suman TV. Welcome Mahalakshmi Garu. Over to you.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for this opportunity. And today we are going to discuss about these pros and cons of the cooking method. And I will start the sharing the screen. Ma'am, are you able to hear me?
Yes, Mahan. I can hear you.
Shall I continue?
Yes.
I'm sharing the screen.
Can I share, Maha?
Sharing, ma'am.
Okay.
It's okay, ma'am?
Yes. If you want, you can do the full screen also.
Is it full screen only?
No. It's okay, ma'am. Continue.
Okay, we will discuss about what is cooking, why we need to cook, and what are the pros and cons of the cooking. We will discuss about it. And why we need to cook. What is the use of cooking? Let us see. Cooking is an art. It is art and craft, and it is of a science. While cooking, we can change the taste and palatability and the digestion and whatever the nutrients we can absorb by the body, we can get by cooking. And what will be the advantages of while cooking? Most of the people nowadays, we are choosing from outside food only in a month or in a year. Hardly we will calculate it for a month. In a month, we will go out for once in a week or twice in a month. It is well and good. Everyone will opt for the going outside food and sometimes in parties or functions. But there are some advantages and disadvantages for everything. And we are going to talk about the cooking. What are the advantages while we are cooking in the home itself? Healthier eating. When we choose to cook in our home itself, we will opt for the nutrients and whatever the good things, whatever the healthy, whatever the nutrients and skill development and whatever the it's a cost effective and we can keep our health in our hands itself. And coming to the cost effective, it is a cost effective. Going outside and inside, it is a more costly than eating in preparing the food in our home itself. With that cost, we can buy the ingredients which is suitable for each and everyone in our house because it is like a customized. Coming to the customization, it is customized because when we go outside and eat, it won't be a customized because we will prepare whatever the quantity and whatever the plate or whatever the ingredients they are using, we don't know. That's why it is a customization. And when we prepared in the home, we can prepare according to our wishes and preferences and according to our dietary allowance or dietary preference. And coming to the creativity, and it's the creativity because cooking is a creativity. It is a form of a self-expression of our emotions or whatever it may be. Because in creativity we can do some experiments. Every time in the kitchen we used to do different experiments on our family and our others.
Mahalakshmi, sorry for interrupt. Change the slide.
It is coming. Change anyone.
Change.
For me, it is showing change.
Okay, continue.
Shall I stop, ma'am? You will show. Permit is showing, that's it.
Maybe network slow because I'm not seeing first slide on there.
Okay.
You can share the presentation to Padma and she can present it.
I'm not sharing now, ma'am.
Okay, no problem. I will share this screen. Continue.
See, creativity, we can do the by doing by expressing our self emotions. Like we can create so many with our spices or whatever the ingredients, whatever the availability in our kitchen. We can do our creativity with the cooking and the quality control. Coming to the quality control, and when coming to quality control, the food we get in a good quality in our kitchen itself, because it is a hygiene and it is one-handed maintenance by ourselves only. When coming to the outside, we don't know what is the quantity and what will be the quality, and we can maintain some hygiene conditions. And this is the basic step we can control the foodborne diseases when coming to the quality control. And bonding and socialization. In cooking, we can create when we cook together, like family get-togethers, or parties or functions, we can bond, strengthening our relationships very strongly. And life skill. Why it is a life skill? Cooking is a life skill because when you know how to cook it of yourself, you can improve your life skills. Means it is an art. You know whatever the nutrients required for your own body when you know how to cook by yourself. These are the advantages of the cooking, and there are different types of methods and traditions reflecting to the local areas or the surroundings or the places where they live, because the pattern will changes from place to place. The quality of the cooking, the method of the cooking, or the ingredients we are choosing, it is changes from place to place and locality to locality. And there are some common methods we are seeing from our ancestors. That are two types of methods, that is a moist method and the dry heat method, and sometimes combination of both. And coming to this moist heat method, we will choose for the poaching. And it is a poaching. We used to cook the food in a simmering liquid. We used to add little bit of liquid and added aromatics to that. It used for the particularly for the poaching of the eggs or the meat. This is method will be used. And coming to the simmering, in simmering, we used to add little bit of liquid to the food, and we used to cook the food in a little bit of liquid. We will add little bit of liquid to the food, and we used to cook, and it is particularly used for the meat and vegetables. And coming to the boiling will, everybody knows that in a boiling we use the liquid part. We used to add little bit of water to the food, and we used to boil it. And it is the boiling point, it is up to the boiling point only, not beyond that, not in a high temperatures. And it is used for the boiling of the vegetables or fruit, not fruit, it is boiling for the potatoes or vegetables, we can use for the boiling method. And braising. It is like combination of both dry and moist method. It is used when the first used to be in the food to be cooked in a high temperature, then it is getting down and we cooked in a liquid and covered with a tight lid, and it is used for, we used to serve in a gravy form. Whatever the dishes we used to serve, this braising method they used to use. And coming to the stewing, and stewing, it is similar to that. Braising and stewing are same methods, and most probably they will look like the same, but the thing is, in braising they use the high temperature first. They use the high temperature, and they will come down to they will cook the food in a simmering, means in a low temperature. They cover the food with a liquid and cover with a lid. They used to use little bit of water. In coming to the stewing, they used to cook the food. It is the slowest method. They used to cook the food in little bit of oil and little bit of liquid and cover the food with a lid. And this is the difference between the braising and steaming, and it is particularly used for the making of the coconut milk or anything like that is used to use. And coming to the drying methods, these are the methods. It is in dry methods, everybody thinks that in dry methods, we used to dry means we used a lot of oil. This is the con in everybody's mind. We use lot of oil. But in dry methods also there are two type methods. There is the shallow fry and deep fry. In shallow fry, we used to use little bit of oil, and in deep fry, we used to use heavy oil. It is completely immersing the food into the oil in a deep fry. That's why when you are opting for the fries, we used to choose different types of methods are there. They are pan frying, roasting, and sorting. These type of fries, they liquid. They require little amount of oil where you can get the flavor. You get the flavor as well as the nutrients. There is no loss of the nutrients. And coming to the deep fry, like this, they used to lose all the nutrients. They use the excess of oil while using this cooking method. And we used to know that grilling, broiling, and baking. These are the methods we use for the non-veg items. And particularly grilling, everybody knows, and broiling, it is a method where you used to cook the food at a high temperature, and again it will come to the low temperature. And roastery, and this is the method where we used to see that they used to put the cooking food in a steel screwed to the long iron rod. They used to rotate the food which is exposed directly to the heat. These are the dry method and moist method. Sometimes combination of both they can be used for the according to the, I told you now, according to the area, according to the locality, they will use the different types of methods. And this till now we aware about what are the cooking methods and what will be the pros till now. And coming to the some materials in cooking, there will be also we have to look into the what are the utensils we are using. It plays a major role while we are opting or choosing for the nutrients. And cooking in the right kind of vessels. Will not Teflon, so many things, non-stick, so many things are coming, but they all, we know that there are some toxics where toxics are going to release while we are cooking. And these are the traditional methods. These are the modern vessels. Now, important is the best material, best utensil which we can use for the cooking, because 99% of the nutrients which we can absorb by body, while it is not going to lose any nutrients while we are cooking. Earthen pots, it is difficult to maintain that because it is they made up of the clay, and that's why it is difficult to maintain, and the shelf life of the be very low. That's why we are not using, we are not opting. And the brass also, brass, iron, they little need maintenance. We are not able to maintain that. That's why we are not habituated into our lifestyle. And coming to the bronze, this is also maintained. It is difficult to maintain. And these modern utensils are aluminum, micro oven, air fryers. These are very costly and expensive. And some people can tolerate it. Some people cannot be affordable to it. And nowadays, we know that what is good and what is bad, what are the toxins we are going to get when we are using certain type of utensils. Making habit formation is good for everything. When we are cultivating or inculcating some habits, we are trying to habitate using of earthing pots. It might be difficult, but better to habitate that to include on our daily life. By cooking, we are losing some, we are having that till now we heard about the what are the pros of the cooking. Let us discuss about the what are the cons, what are the effects of nutrients while we are cooking the food. Most of the people have that doubt that how many times we need to wash the rice, in what way we need to wash the rice. Some people will put the water while they squeeze the rice, while they're washing the rice, they will squeeze the water from the rice. It is not the right way. And washing, how many times they will wash? 3 times, 4 times, or 5 times. Why? Because it is in a rice, in whatever the cereals they are rich in water soluble vitamins, that is thiamine. Nowadays we are not deficient, but we are not able to aware of that. But so many people are suffering with vitamin B12 deficiencies, because we are losing our staple food is rice. But the way we are cooking, the way we are washing matters a lot, but we are ignoring unknowingly, but not knowingly. But because of this, what is washing method and cooking method? Overcooking or washing not properly or washing also may lead to loss of a thiamine. It is a water soluble vitamin. And coming to the pulses, it is a antitrypsin inhibitor is present in the pulses. And washing method and the cooking method plays a crucial role in this, because when you overcook also, whatever the nutrients it is going to lose. When you are not cooking not properly, flatulence or bloating will develop when you are not cooking properly the pulses. And fat, so many having doubt on the fats. It's a vast topic, what I think, because when we keep on discussing, so many doubts will come. When we are choosing the oil, we need to choose three things: the quality and the smoking point and storage, the way we are storing and the shelf life. These things we have to think, because the oils which reusing the oil or reheating the oil, and when you are using that oil, that smoke point will be there. When you are not, that smoke point means when you are using the oil, that smoke point and the temperatures where they are showing, when we are you reheating the oil, rancidity will develop, because due to the hydrolyzation and oxidation of enzymes happened in the oils, it will rancid. It is a free radicals outside food. Particularly, we will see the outside oils. It is like a greasy. When we will take from that, we can say that it is not a good oil. And how can you say that? What will be the good oil? What will be the best smoking point of the oil? We can choose for the groundnut oil or sunflower oil. And some people are choosing for the olive oil. We will be aware of the choosing. Choosing of oil is must, and shelf life and the storage and the reheating. You should not use reheat or reusage. When you are using one type of oil, you should not use that oil again for reheating. You can use that oil for the seasoning, or while you are putting the dosa, you can use that oil. You should not use the same oil for the deep fries. Whatever the oils you are using the deep fries, you should not be continuing for the next deep fries or for using the curries. And washing to the vegetables. Coming to this vegetables and cutting the vegetables in a small pieces or large pieces. And, when you will lose vitamin and whatever it is, because vitamin C is also a water soluble vitamin, it will be easily destroyed when some people will cut the vegetables and they will wash, cut and cook. This is the process. But so many people will cut the vegetables or put the cutted vegetables into the water. This is not the right way, because this is a water soluble vitamin. It will easily dissolve and discarded into the water when you cut the vegetables, when you put it into the water, because it is not the right way. In washing to the green leafy vegetables, this is also because some people will wash the coriander or whatever the muddy part will be there to sticking to the green leafy vegetables. They run thoroughly to the tap water. It is not the right way. Rinse not. Some people will use some soda or something like that. It will destroy whatever the vitamins or the minerals available in the green leafy vegetables. You are going to lose it. The way we should wash the green leafy vegetables in a proper way. It should be washed first, then you can use it. And overcooking of the vegetable also will lose whatever the nutrients available in it. The bioavailability will be less, because some people will cut the vegetables because of the running technology. You cut the vegetables and store it in the packed form in the refrigerators. It is right, because of the hectic schedules we will use, but the proper storage should be needed, because that should be tied, airtight container. You should be used and you can store it. And some people will cut the vegetables, they will cook after a prolonged period of time. It will also not good, because by the end, when you coming into your plate, nothing will be there. Because when you are cutting the vegetables immediately, if it is time permits your schedule according to your feasibility, you can cook the vegetable immediately rather than storing it for the long period of time and cooking it. And Because of this inappropriate method of cooking vegetables or choosing of washing the vegetables or this choosing of the oils, these are also plays a crucial role. These are the cons of the cooking method. These are the pros of the cooking and cooking methods, utensils, and the way the nutrients are affected. Unknowingly, we are doing these mistakes. In this, we can lose the vitamins, thiamine, vitamin C, carotenoids, and antioxidants. We are going to lose by choosing this false method, or I can say ignore unknowingly we are doing this method. We will take sometimes it's okay, nothing will happen. It is a water soluble. Somewhere we can compensate it with some other vitamins or minerals. But when you are getting easily in the green leafy vegetables or some other vegetables, why we need to think in another way? And coming to the next, and the shelf life. Some people will store the vegetables for a long period of time. My suggestion, try to choose the vegetables as fresh as possible. When you are storing the vegetables in a refrigerator, means it is nothing but a lifeless vegetables, what I suggest. Because whatever you choose and freshly, the taste and the texture and the deliciousness will be different, whatever the stored items. Next. Until now, we discussed about the pros and the cons, but in my view, I want to share the holistical way. In a holistical way, what I mean to say, whatever the practices I used to do in my house, I want to share with you all. What the heat is only the energy which transferred to the food to make it as a delicious, as a physical or science language. In a science language, we used to say heat is only the energy which convert the food, making into more delicious and nutritious. But in my view, in a holistical way, that emotional energy, what you are carrying while you are cooking, it plays a crucial role, because whatever the emotions you are carrying, it is going to, whatever the energy you are carrying, it is going to directly into the whatever the food you prepare. Because I have seen a lot of experience in my life. When I cook dedicatedly, concentratedly, with happy moments, the food used to get very deliciously and it digested very easily. But this emotional energy plays a very crucial role while you're cooking, rather than the heat or whatever the induction, whatever the type of materials, whatever the things we are using while cooking. That emotional energy plays very crucial role while you are cooking, while you are preparing the food. Choose your energy, because leave it and start doing your cooking. It will give a I can't tell you, but whatever I experienced, I'm sharing with you all. But it plays whatever the emotion, it is a bad or good, it is directly into that. Because when you are not in a happy mood, you can't cook the food properly. It is like a one type of meditation. What I said, what I used to share with you all. And what is that emotional energy? How that emotional energy will impact each and every cell in our body is going to take by another our senior coach in the next section. And thank you all for this giving this opportunity. You have given a plenty of time on this Sunday for bearing me for bearing me, and thank you each and everyone.
Thank you, Mahalakshmi. Thank you, Mahalakshmi, for elaborated about the pros and cons of the cooking. Now, audience, please raise your hand if you have any question related to the cooking methods, or maybe cooking, or maybe oils, or smoking point. So just you can drop a message in chat box. So Mahalakshmi Garu will take the question. No questions? So Mahalakshmi, I have one doubt in my client also, and in WhatsApp group also one member is asking.
Okay.
What is the best oil for deep fry method in India? How we can choose for deep fried? Because nowadays we are getting many oils in market, right? For deep frying, and how we can choose that?
We can choose for the groundnut oil and the sunflower oil, which is the highest smoking point. When you go for the deep fry, the oil will changes the color.
No. So according to you, you are saying that for Indians, groundnut oil and secondary is the sunflower oil, right?
Yes.
Because of the highest smoking point, right? Okay, thank you. Any more questions? Coaches, any comments? Good evening. And one more question about the as a general drug. So nowadays means we are hearing many news or maybe YouTube channel or maybe even we also suggesting aluminum is not good for cooking. So what is the thought about aluminum?
See, everybody is using the aluminum oil. And because everybody is not affordable to the what we said, but better to choose and habitate to the earthen pots is good rather than choosing for the aluminum. While you are cooking in the aluminum, whatever the chemical it is present in it, it is going into the food directly. It is a one type of a toxins unknowingly we are entering it into our body.
Yes, I would like to add
Ma'am.
here one point.
Ma'am.
Yes, Adilakshmi ma'am. Madam, 1 minute.
Green.
Ma'am, I am finishing this one. Okay, so later you can ask me. Adilakshmi.
Okay.
So about the aluminum utensils, right? In aluminum is came from last 200 years, 200 to 220 years only. Okay, before that we have the traditional earth parts or bronze or maybe brass, iron. That are the main we are using, right? In aluminum also, in direct any utensil don't have interact, but some utensils interact with the food like aluminum. If small amount, if we are going, that is not harmful, but if we are using continuously, okay, that will cause some disorders in our body. That's why nowadays means don't use the aluminum parts, right? Many are saying that, and this is true. Aluminum utensils are not good for cooking because they can interact directly with the nutrition of the food. Yes, Adilakshmi, now we can continue.
Ma'am, the green leafy vegetables can be soaked in salt water before use. You can wash off the muddy part also, no? By soaking it in salt water. Twice it can be washed. Once with the salt water and once with the fresh water before use. Especially I'm speaking about the coriander leaves, which we frequently use in many of the food items.
Means you are asking about we can wash with the salt.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Maha, can you take it?
See, washing frequently under the tap, it is the first thing. And washing with the salt once or twice. Washing too much is also not good. If it is a muddy, we can wash once or twice. But from my view, washing with the salt is not sensible, because when you are washing with the salt or anything, whatever this alkaline nature, whatever the nutrients present in it, it is going to be used.
Means Adilakshmi madam, Maha madam is saying that you can wash with the salt. Okay, one time that is okay, right? That is okay one time, but before means more than one time or maybe 2 times, you don't wash the green leafy vegetable. If you are chopping, you are washing means that is a wrong practice. If you are not chopping, directly you are washing the roots. Okay, roots का जो होती है उसको wash. Now that time you are washing, it's okay. One time washing is okay. She is saying. Thank you, madam. And
Thank
Satya Prasad garu asking how do
Can
we
Can I add
know
one
this
point,
smoking?
Padma, to this?
Yes, Jyoti. Yes, ma'am. Jyoti.
Lakshmi Garu, whenever we add salt to the water, that becomes a higher concentrated liquid. No, when the concentration of the liquid is high, it automatically drags all the micronutrients which are there in the food. So the nutrient loss will be much higher, and we are not doing any good by doing this, Ali. So it's always good to wash only with fresh water, preferably the roots. Maybe you can wash off the soil first, then the entire bunch separately again. No, this is what we suggested. Please do not use salt water.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Padma.
Thank you, ma'am. And Satya Prasad are asking, how do we know the smoking point value of a given oil? Satya Prasad garu, already we have the list. In Google also we can get that smoking point. When we can use the in common sense, like in last means in traditional methods also we can use the peanut oil for the deep fried items for festival preparation or maybe daily. But if you want know the exact smoking point of value given oils is the in internet. Already that NIN was decided, so we have the list. And Jyoti madam is saying wonderful presentation, Maha. And Smita ji asking, does cooking vegetables in cooker spoil the nutrients? Unmute yourself, ma'am.
The cooking in a pressure cooker is a good thing, but too much of cooking will destroy the nutrients. Because we used to consistently follow this one method when we want to cook the rice or the grains, we used to put all together. But it's overcooking. If it is going to be smashed, some whistles like 9 to 10 whistles, 8 or 7 whistles or like that, it is leads to an overcooking method. Overcooking, cooking in cooker is suggestible, but not in a overcooking manner.
Okay. Sir, you can add any point? Sorry. Okay. So Maha madam is saying, you can use the pressure cooker for means cooking of the vegetable, but you can use the one whistle up to, and that is also depending on which type of vegetables you are using. Right? If you are using green leafy vegetable, so you don't need to cook in the pressure cooker. In normal also you can cook that. But if you are boiling certain like potatoes, right? And also we can use the moringa, minced drumsticks. Like that, that is the depending on which type of vegetable you are using the cooker to boil the vegetables, right? Next, one more question, Maha. What is the right way to wash grains?
See, I'm getting one story here because some people have the belief system. First thing is belief system. In their houses, they will wash 3 times. Sometimes some people will wash 5 times. Because the way you are washing is important, and second, really one wash. Some people will think the pesticides. We people are getting the full polished rice. Nowadays, we are using the full polished rice. When we are washing too many times, whatever already is losing so many, whatever the nutrients we are requiring. But we are washing too many times, it lose whatever the bioavailability also we won't get. We are washing too much of times. Because one is suggestible.
Okay. So means for grains, that is washing is okay, but soaking is the important for grains. Like if you are using any rajma, okay. Otherwise, other pulses, soaking is the important part. Maha madam is already explained that is the antitrypsin inhibitor will be there. Na? So some tannins also there in grains. Okay, so soaking is that is depending on different grains have the different soaking point. Like some are needed 1 hour, some are needed 2 to 3 hours, 4 hours. And washing is common. 1 or 2 times you can wash. And we have many questions. Okay. Does cooking vegetable, okay, this is the one. Jyoti Krishna are asking, should we heat the oil for only one time, madam?
For deep fries, I suggested, ma'am. When we are using the certain oils for this, like making vada or sweet or anything like it, whatever the left of oil, we should not reheat that oil. We can use that oil for seasoning or while preparing dosa or uttappam or like that, you can use that oil. But you should not use that same oil for deep frying, what I suggest.
Okay. And also you can use only 1 or 2 days or maybe 3 to 4 days.
Okay.
Later, then if we can use more than 10 days or 1 week, you can look at that smeller and acidity will be there. Right? I hope Jyoti Krishna did the answer. And P. Shushmita is asking, do we have to change the oils for every 3 months, ma'am? Yes, Maha, you can take it, this question.
See, now knowledge is overwhelming everywhere now. See, people are using combination of oils. In a house, 4 members are there. So many people are using combination of oil because for lunch, one type of, for 15 days, one type of oil, another 15 days, one type of oil. Because it is suggestible to use, rotation will be there. Cyclic, you should not for the rotation will be there. But stick to the one oil which is good. You see what is the differences while you are using, you will see the differences. Better to stick to change, but stick to 1 or 2 oils, not every oil, don't touch. Because we people are habited to our atmospherical, our body is designed as our atmospheric, whatever the means, what I mean to say is, according to our environmental basis, our body is designed. So better to choose for what is good for this, not truly highly saturated oils, what is good, like peanut oil, sesame oil, we can choose and we can stick to these oils rather than rotating the oil.
Okay, what Maha ma'am is saying, you can first go with the local one, where which area you are using. Like in most of the here in Gujarat part, they can use the cottonseed oil. Most of the members cottonseed oil and also groundnut. Like in South, we can use the peanut oil most. So you can choose according to your area, local area, and also if you want, you can change according to season. Here we can use like in winters mustard oil for cooking. Like that, according to season means in traditionally also we can change that oils, but not like 3 months, 4 months. But nowadays, according to nutrition, if you want, we can change the like oils, but not in 3 months, right? If you want, you can change up to more than up after the 3 months also. Like, but you can stick on the not a fancy oils like rice bran oil, otherwise canola oil, different oils will be there. No? Not in they are not included in our India, but you can choose our Indian oils like mustard, peanut. Okay, most of the sunflower is the third one, but most these are the coconut oil, southern part, right? So you can use these oils. For according to cooking, you can change, but not like that. Compulsory, I make changes for my health. 3 months later, I will change 3 months later. No, not like that. According to cooking, you can choose the according to dish, you can choose the oils. And I hope you can get the answer. Mehrin is, madam, what about the fruits washing as grapes? There are lots of fertilizer used nowadays.
Padma, ma'am, you carry on.
Okay. Yes, ma'am. Fruits for washing. See, not nowadays. In previous also, for grapes, if we are means that is locally available, they can use the less preservative. But nowadays we can get the fruits also locally also, they can using for storing certain purpose of fertilizers and all things. Washing is a very important thing in fruits and any vegetable, but how you are washing, that is also important. For fruits, grapes, how you are asking like how we can wash the grapes for fertilizer. In normal water also you can use it. Nowadays we can get the some in COVID time, all of you know that for COVID we have get the some fertilizers, organic washing, but in normally we need only fresh water. For grapes, okay, for grapes or any fruits, we don't use any salt or anything, but you can keep at least 10 to 15 minutes in normal water only, then you can remove that. Okay, so this is the enough for any fruits. This is my opinion. And Madam, can you suggest, depending on personality, like lean, normal, overweight, obese, which oil is good for category wise? And another question, Madam, soaking groundnut in a breakfast time. Kiran Mai garu, you can drop a message in group. I hope you are there in menopause group, right? And according to, see here, my answer is according to body category, okay, morphology of body, we don't suggest the oils for my experience and my knowledge, right? But according to their need, we can suggest the oil, but oil plays the major role in health, but oil only makes the major role in health, okay? Total lifestyle is the important thing. So only fat and oil is not a culprit. Soaking groundnuts in a breakfast is absolutely, you can soak groundnuts and you can have it. So I hope we are finished with the questions. Okay, if you have any questions, please, all of you there in a group, okay, you can drop a questions in WhatsApp group, and also you can drop a comment in the YouTube also. So our experts and me also will take care of the questions. Thank you for everyone and joining this wonderful session, and thank you, Mahalakshmi, for coming and taking the question. And next week we are going to continue this series about the energy, okay, where Maha is left. That topic is we are going to continue how energy is impact in our making the food and in maintaining the health. Okay, thank you all, and have a good evening, and bye all of you.